I can't save money. I don't make enough. If you've ever said this, or thought it, you are not alone, and you are not wrong about how hard it feels. But here's what nobody tells you: saving money has almost nothing to do with how much you earn, and almost everything to do with a handful of small, repeatable decisions that even people on the tightest budgets can make. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how people on low incomes build real savings. Not someday, not after a raise, starting with their very next paycheck. No giant mountain of cash required. Just a few shifts that actually work. Here's the myth that keeps people stuck: I'll start saving once I earn more. But research on personal finance consistently shows something uncomfortable: people who get raises very often increase their spending right alongside it. It's called lifestyle inflation. Meanwhile, people on modest, even low incomes who build one simple system, paying themselves first, before anything else, consistently outsave people who earn 2 or 3 times as much but have no system at all. This isn't about having extra money. It's about deciding, in advance, that some of every dollar that comes in has a job, staying with you. Tip 1, and it's the most important one on this list: pay yourself first. Before rent. Before groceries. Before bills. The moment money arrives, even just $2 or $3, it goes into savings immediately, before it has a chance to disappear into everything else. This isn't about the amount. It's about training a habit and proving to your brain that saving is non-negotiable, not optional. Most people try to save whatever is left over at the end of the month. The problem? There is never anything left over, because spending naturally expands to fill whatever is available. Flip the order. Save first. Spend what remains. Tip 2, the 24-hour rule. This single habit alone can save the average person hundreds of dollars a month. Here's how it works: any time you feel the urge to buy something that isn't a planned necessity, you wait 24 hours before purchasing it. No exceptions. Most impulse purchases are driven by a momentary emotional spike, boredom, stress, an ad that hit at the right moment. That spike fades fast. Give it a day, and a huge percentage of must-have purchases simply stop feeling necessary. The want passes. Your wallet stays full. This isn't about depriving yourself forever, it's about making sure your money goes toward things you actually value, not things that just caught your eye for 10 seconds. Tip 3, track every single dollar you spend for just 7 days. Not a complicated budgeting app, not a finance degree, just a notebook, a notes app, anything. Write down every purchase, no matter how small. What this does is reveal something almost everyone is shocked by: the small, repeated purchases that quietly drain far more than people realize. A daily coffee. A few delivery fees. Small app subscriptions you forgot you had. Individually, each one feels harmless. Added up over a week. Then a month, they often represent real, recoverable money. You cannot fix what you cannot see. 7 days of honest tracking shows you exactly where your money is actually going, not where you assume it's going. Tip 4, the round-up trick. Every time you spend money, round the purchase up to the next dollar, or even the next $5 if you want to move faster, and put the difference into savings. Buy something for $4.30. Round up to 5, and that 70 cents goes straight into your savings jar or account. It sounds tiny. It is tiny, in any single moment. But this method works because it attaches saving to something you're already doing, spending. So it requires no extra willpower, no extra thinking. Many banking apps now do this automatically. If yours doesn't, you can do it manually with a jar at home. Either way, small rounded differences, repeated dozens of times a month, add up to real, meaningful savings without ever feeling like a sacrifice. Tip 5, and this one alone could free up real money this week: audit your subscriptions. The average person is paying for at least 1, often 3 or 4, subscriptions they forgot they even had. A streaming service you haven't opened in months. A fitness app from a New Year's resolution. Extra cloud storage you don't need. These charges are designed to be invisible, small enough monthly that you never notice, but consistent enough yearly that they quietly cost hundreds of dollars. Take 10 minutes this week, open your bank statement, and go through every single recurring charge. Cancel anything you haven't used in the last 30 days. This single action often recovers more money instantly than weeks of cutting back on coffee ever could. Tip 6. Never grocery shop without a list, and never grocery shop hungry or stressed. This sounds almost too simple to matter, but the data on this is consistent. Shoppers without a list spend, on average, 20 to 30% more than shoppers who plan their trip in advance. Stores are specifically designed to trigger impulse purchases, bright packaging, strategic placement, deals positioned right where you'll see them while tired or hungry. A list isn't about restriction. It's about putting your rational, planning brain in charge of the decision, instead of your tired, hungry, or emotional brain. 15 minutes planning your meals for the week before you shop can easily save you $50 to $100 a month, money that goes straight back into your pocket. Tip 7. Automate your savings so the decision is never left to willpower. Set up an automatic transfer, even $5 or $10, to move from your checking account into savings the moment your paycheck arrives. Here's why this matters so much. Willpower is a limited resource, and it's weakest right when you're tired, stressed, or facing a tempting purchase. If saving requires you to manually decide every single time, you will eventually skip it. But if it happens automatically, before you even see the money, there's no decision to make and no moment of weakness to navigate. The most consistent savers aren't the most disciplined people in the world. They're the people who removed the need for discipline entirely by making the system automatic. Here's the part that makes all of this worth doing, even when the amounts feel small. $20 a month doesn't feel like progress. It feels almost pointless. But $20 a month, kept consistently, becomes $240 in a year. Add the roundup trick, the cancelled subscriptions, and the grocery list savings on top of that. And most people following even half these tips save somewhere between $500 and $1,500 in their first year, on a low income, without ever feeling like they were depriving themselves of anything major. The amounts feel insignificant in the moment they happen. They are not insignificant in the moment you look back. You don't need a bigger paycheck to start saving money. You need a system that doesn't rely on willpower, motivation, or perfect discipline, because none of those hold up under real life. Pay yourself first. Wait 24 hours before impulse buys. Track your spending for a week. Round up your purchases. Cancel what you don't use. Shop with a list. And automate everything you possibly can. None of these require you to earn more. All of them require you to decide, once, to build the system. And then let the system do the work every single day after that. Which one of these are you starting with today? Tell me in the comments, and if this helped you see your money differently, share it with someone who needs to hear that saving on a low income is absolutely possible. See you in the next one.